Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be telling you about my brand new 270 awning from a company called Rain Outdoors. This thing has a number of benefits over the majority of the 270 awnings that you'll see on the market, and I'm going to show you exactly why. I'm going to set this thing up for you, I'm going to show you exactly how, and then I'm going to walk you through all the features and tell you why I think this awning is one of the best awnings that you can get currently on the market. So if you want to learn more about the Rain Outdoor 270 awning, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so I'm going to show you now how to open this thing, kind of how it looks when it's opened up. Then I'll walk you through the features of it and show you everything that makes this awning really unique. Kind of carefully let the fabric come down because you don't want it to slam into the side of your vehicle. Another thing that I really like is that these straps are attached to the awning. With all the other 270s I've had, 180s that I've had with straps, you always have to store them separate. So you have to keep them somewhere else. If you forget them, you're kind of screwed. You can't really set up your awning. So it's just really nice that they're just permanently strapped to this. So seems like a small thing, but it's actually a huge thing if you ask me, because it makes it way easier to use this. The other thing that I like is with a lot of the other 270s I've had, there's a strap that goes to the front, there's a strap that goes to the back. With this thing, you don't get that additional coverage towards the front, but I never used it anyways. It was kind of in the way of the truck. So with this, it just goes all the way out, so it gives you more room away from your vehicle and then around the back. So, and again, you only have to mess with one strap. We're just gonna quickly pull this off. So you saw how easy that was, right? That's it. Literally, you pull this thing out, you attach one strap, you pull it taut with the lashing strap style attachment. And this thing is super, super sturdy, super, super taut, which I like. They do say in the instructions to make sure that it's taut, but not over taut. So try not to like rip the fabric, right? But you do want to pull it just so that it's got a good amount of tautness to it. And I mean, again, look at this thing. You want to talk about freestanding. All right, guys, so as you just saw, we got this thing all set up. Piece of cake, right? Like just unzip the cover, pull this thing out and around the back, one strap on the other side, tighten it up, and you are done. I mean, no need to get stuff out of drawers or to carry extra stuff with you. Everything is right there. And then my cords were actually in my hanging bag here too. There's also a little pocket up there. So if you wanted to keep your cords right up there in that pocket, that's probably what I will do with them when I'm not using the awning. But just FYI, those cords are included in this as well. But so let's, again, walk around this thing. Now that I've set it up, I just want to show you all the features and make sure you get to see everything. So, of course, you can see these loops out here. These are how you are going to secure this thing if you were to stake this down. Again, in my case, I almost never do that. I'm too lazy. And that's what I love about freestanding awnings, is I don't have to stake them down. Now, moving to the inside here, you're going to notice there is a Velcro strip that runs all the way around it. They do have a wall kit for this, so you want to hit up Kai at Rain Outdoor if you're interested in that as well. But you could turn this thing basically into like a fully enclosed area beside your vehicle, and you could throw like a propane fire pit or something in here in the winter and use that to keep yourself warm if you wanted to. So just a nice feature, but you also don't have to do that. The one thing that I like is not only does he use this for the walls, but again, for this thing back here, this really nice sort of molly-webbed panel. It's also got some mesh things. So if you had wet towels or something that you wanted to dry out, you could put those up there. You could put your kitchen stuff up here, propane up there, whatever you want. And it utilizes this Velcro strip in here to attach. So you could take this down, you could put it up, you can use it whenever you want. So it gives you just an extra way to make this awning more than just an awning, which I love. It also kind of blocks off the back of the bed of my truck there. So again, this typically is a big open spot in your awning, right? You're going to see into there if it's winter and there's snow blowing and stuff. This basically makes sort of a little mini wall here to kind of block rain or anything else that may come in from that other side, which I like. So now looking at these arms, there are basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are basically 4 arms that hold this whole thing up. They all pull out from here and then go around the back of the truck. So I'll put the total square footage that is covered up here on the screen by this awning. One thing though that I love that none of my other 270s have had is the little tent pole that pops up here in the middle that ensures that all the rainwater runs off the awning. I've had problems with my awnings breaking legs and pooling water and getting full. And then one time it dropped on my sleeping bag and my ground tent that I was using at the time, and it broke the leg of the tent, which ended ended up costing me another $100 to get a new leg for the tent. So just having that little feature, and I love the fact that it's stubby, so it's not huge. A lot of these are really big, and I just feel like someday I'm just going to rip through that fabric. But this fabric is really, really thick, high quality, and then that thing is protected on the end with a little rubber stopper. And it's just a nice, short little stubby guy that ensures that it's not going to rip through the fabric, and it's still going to tent your material so that the water runs off. So now these arms are gusseted, so they're super, super strong. They do have built-in drop-down legs, which I've never used, if I'm being honest. I just have not used them. On my old one, it kind of sagged a little bit, so I did use them sometimes. But again, this thing is so taut. And it's not like I've like torqued the crap out of this thing or anything either. I just pulled it until it was nice and tight, and I let go, and the lashing strap just grabbed it. And I mean, this thing is totally, completely freestanding. And there's just a little breeze right now, not a ton of wind, but it's not flapping around. It's not moving at all. It's super, super stable, which I love. But so there are legs on 3 of these poles, that one, and that one over there. Those are also the same arms that have lights built into them. So there's a light there, there, and there. So tonight when it gets dark, I'm going to turn on the lights. I'm going to show you the different modes because it does have a red mode. And that is the best thing about this awning. One of the things that I've been missing on all the awnings I've ever had is that red light mode. So you reduce the bugs, you keep your night vision clean. So I really like that idea. So anyways, we're going to be plugging that in later tonight when it gets dark, but we'll wait for the darkness to come before we do that. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what this looks like at night. So this is on all red mode underneath of the Rain Outdoors awning. Obviously, you know, it looks a little dim on the video, but in real life, like you can see all the details of everything for cooking, my stove, my shower right here. There's a chair right there. You can see my ice cold fridge there. I got a battery bank there, which is what's powering this thing. So let me switch the modes here so you can see the different options. So after red is off, right? So it's going to turn off. I'm going to go back to kind of bright white. So just to show you what that looks like. Again, plenty of light under this thing, right? So kind of walking around the back here, just got plenty of light. The next mode is kind of a combo red and white, which gives you almost like an amberish, like a little bit warmer light. And again, my favorite and the best thing about this is the complete red. So I've had this thing on for like an hour now, and there's hardly any bugs over here. Doesn't hurt my night vision at all. And here's the power draw too. It's pulling 3 watts right now. So currently at 57% on this little 500 watt battery bank, this thing will go for another day running constantly. Pretty cool, low power draw, really nice. You could just use like a little power bank if you wanted to. But with the red, I just really love it. And again, totally freestanding. We got no legs down. Just awesome. All right, guys, so as you saw, this thing is packed full of nice features, from the quickness of setup, the fact that the strap's built into it, you don't have to carry a bunch of extra stuff with you, the hanging bag that gives you more capability and more ways to store things and makes your awning more than just an awning is really nice. The kick up to ensure that the rain comes off the awning so you don't have pooling going on is amazing. The red light mode, I love. The fact that this thing weighs 44 pounds when most of them on the market are 55 or 60, shaving weight up high is always super important to us because we're off-roading and your vehicle's tilting back and forth and you don't really want to get whipped around or risk a rollover because you've got too much weight up high. So again, shaving weight is another huge benefit of this awning. So with all those features put together, you know, having used probably 3 or 4 different 270 awnings at this point, I can confidently say this one is by far my favorite. Seems to be the most heavy duty, seems to be the easiest to set up, and it has the least moving pieces of any that I've had, not to mention the lightweight. So again, I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, click that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I do a couple every week. I try and do like a gear review type video. I do some general overlanding stuff. I do it-yourself budget-minded stuff. And I also do Nissan content. So if you're into any of that stuff, definitely consider subscribing to this channel. As always, in the description below will be links to all my other social channels. So wherever you want to come hang out, I'd love to have you. There's also a link to my website down there where you can find funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers, things like "Don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog," or "I hate people so I camp," or even all things overlanding merch. So if you want to check that out, definitely click through that link. Also below this video is a join button, which is just sort of a passive way to support the channel, get you early access to the videos and some other perks, so definitely consider checking that out. If you want to be more involved with all things overlanding, there is a link to my Patreon page down below where we have a 24/7 Discord. We get on a Zoom call once a month and hang out, and we get together once or twice a year to go camping. So if that sounds good to you, definitely consider joining the Patreon. And then last but not least, there is a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Now, this group's totally free to join. There's tons of awesome people in there. So whether you're new or more experienced, if you're just tired of the big groups and all the bullying, this may be a good place for you. And we'd love to have you join the community. So check that out. But again, thanks so much for watching. Definitely check out Rain Outdoors and get one of these awnings for yourself through the link down below. And we'll see you next time.